my girlfriend announced. I'm pregnant and it might not be yours. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I calmly said, no problem. Then I scheduled a paternity test and called my lawyer. I had no idea that a simple DNA test would detonate a secret that would make her own parents disown her. I'm 31 and my girlfriend, Celia, is 28. We'd been together for 3 years, living in my apartment for 1. We were sitting at dinner when she just dropped the bomb. I'm pregnant, she said, twirling her pasta like it was nothing. And it might not be yours. I put down my fork. I took a slow sip of water. My only response was, okay. She just blinked at me. That's it? Okay. When did you find out? I asked. This morning. How far along? About 8 weeks. And who else? I asked, keeping my voice perfectly level. Might be the father? She turned bright red. Does it matter? I choose you. I want to raise this baby with you. That's nice. But I needed an answer. Who else, Celia? She was getting angry. Why are you being so calm about this? You're supposed to fight for me. For us. I wasn't fighting for anything until I had the facts. I need to know who the other man is. She crossed her arms, defensive. Someone from my yoga retreat. Of course. The one 2 months ago. The spiritual healing, one where phones weren't allowed. His name? I don't know, she said. We had a connection beyond names. I actually laughed out loud. You're pregnant with some random dude's baby, and you don't even know his name? It might be your baby, she insisted. What's the percentage chance? She looked away. 50-50, I guess. We were together before and after the retreat. Did you use protection with him? Silence. That's a no. Cool, I said. I'll schedule a prenatal paternity test. They can do it as early as 9 weeks. Her jaw dropped. You want a paternity test? That's so cold. Where's your trust? Probably at the yoga retreat. I shot back, right next to your judgment. That's when the tears started. You're supposed to love me unconditionally. Unconditionally raise some yoga dude's kid? No. I told her I was calling my lawyer tomorrow to figure out the next steps. A lawyer? For what? She sobbed. It was simple. If the baby is mine, we discuss custody and support. If it's not, she needed to move out. She threw her glass of water at me. It missed and hit the wall. You're a monster, she screamed. No, I'm just practical. She stormed out to stay with her friend Fiona, which was fine by me. It gave me time to think. Before we get to the family meltdown, if you're here for the drama, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Trust me, it only gets crazier. The next day, Celia's mom, Diane, called me. This woman is usually the sweetest person you'll ever meet. Not anymore. How dare you demand a paternity test, she yelled into the phone. Diane, your daughter cheated on me. She made a mistake. One tiny mistake. Getting pregnant with another man's baby isn't tiny, I said. You don't know it's his. Real men don't need tests. They step up. And real women don't need yoga retreats to sleep with strangers. She hung up on me. Then her dad, Frank, called. He's former military, and usually pretty reasonable. Son, he said, just take the test quietly. No need to humiliate her. I'm not the one broadcasting it, Frank. She told her whole family I'm abandoning her. She said you're being controlling and paranoid. I'd had enough. I screenshotted Celia's texts where she admitted everything and sent them to Frank. Just the facts. In her own words. There was a long silence on the other end of the line. Finally, he just said, I'll talk to Diane. A few days later, Celia showed up at the apartment. And she wasn't alone. She was with her friend Fiona, and some guy I'd never seen before. Skinny man bun, hemp necklace. He looked exactly like what you'd expect from a yoga retreat. This is River, Celia announced. The father, maybe. River extended his hand. Namaste, brother. I didn't shake it. Are you here for the test, too? I asked. River looked confused. Celia said you were cool with raising the baby together. All 3 of us. Like a conscious Thruple. I stared at Celia. A Thruple. It's very European, she said, lifting her chin. We're not in Europe, I reminded her. River nodded sagely. Don't be so closed-minded, man. Love is infinite. My savings account isn't. You got a job, River? I teach meditation and make dream catchers. Of course you do. Fiona jumped in. You're being really toxic right now. I'm being realistic. Celia, you have 3 options. 1, take the test. If it's mine, we co-parent. Separately. If it's his, you leave. 2, don't take the test and leave now. 3, this Thruple nonsense, which isn't happening. River looked hurt. Bad energy, man. Celia grabbed his arm. River's moving in whether you like it or not. Into my apartment? The one I pay for? Your name isn't on the lease. I have rights. You have 30 days notice. Starting now. She screamed. A full-on, piercing scream. River tried to sage the negative energy away with his hands while Fiona called me a fascist. I just went back inside and started packing Celia's things into boxes. The test results were scheduled, but the waiting period was a war. Celia posted on social media about how I was violating her bodily autonomy by forcing a paternity test on her. Her cousin, who's in law school, commented that the test only required a simple blood draw from the mother. Celia blocked her. Then River's mom got involved. A woman named Moonbeam. She showed up at my apartment with crystals and some kind of moldy bread as a peace offering. You need to embrace the love child, she told me. It's not my child, I said. Children belong to the universe. The universe doesn't pay child support. My landlord doesn't accept energy as rent. I shut the door on her. The next evening, I came home from work to an ambush. Celia, River, Diane, Frank, Fiona, and some older woman I didn't recognize were all sitting in my living room. They'd used Celia's key. This is an intervention, Diane announced. For what? Your toxic masculinity, the stranger said. She introduced herself as Dr. Astard, a relationship healing coach. You're all trespassing, I said. Dr. Astard opened a notebook. Let's explore why you feel the need to control reproductive narratives. Because I don't want to raise another man's kid. But why does genetics matter so much to you? She asked, pen ready. I'd had it. Get out. That's when Frank stood up. Actually, he said, I agree with him. Everyone stared at him. Frank, Diane gasped. The man wants a paternity test for a baby that might not be his. That's reasonable. You're supposed to support your daughter. I am, he said, looking right at Celia. By not enabling this nonsense. You cheated. Face the consequences. Celia burst into tears. Daddy, don't daddy me. Your mother and I didn't raise you to act like this. River tried to step in. Sir, with respect, your daughter is a goddess. Frank's voice was ice. My daughter is a cheater who's trying to baby trap her boyfriend. The room just exploded. Diane was screaming at Frank. Celia was sobbing. River was chanting something. I just walked over to the phone and called the cops. They showed up and made everyone leave. The officer who took my statement just shook his head. A Thruple, huh? Good luck, buddy. And then yesterday, the grand finale. The test results came in. A perfect, beautiful 0% chance that I am the father. I sent Celia a simple text. It's Rivers. You have 72 hours to get your stuff. She called immediately, hysterical, claiming the test was wrong. I told her 99.9% accuracy was good enough for me. She threatened to sue for emotional distress. I told her good luck. But here's the twist. The part that made her own parents disown her. Frank had asked me to forward him the results, so I did. He called me an hour later. His voice was weird. There's something else, he said. What? Celia's blood type on the test. It's AB positive. So? Frank took a deep breath. Diane is O negative. I'm O positive. It's genetically impossible for two O-type parents to have an AB child. It took me a second. Then it hit me. Oh, yeah, he said. I don't think Celia is my daughter. The aftermath was nuclear. Frank got his own paternity test, and it confirmed it. Celia was not his biological daughter. Diane had cheated on him 28 years ago with her boss. They're getting divorced. Celia completely lost it. She called me, screaming. All you had to do was accept the baby. You ruined my family. Your mom's cheating isn't my fault, Celia. This wouldn't have happened if you weren't so obsessed with genetics. I hung up. River, meanwhile, had vanished. His mom said he followed the spiritual winds to Thailand, leaving Celia pregnant and alone. Last I heard, Celia is living with Fiona. Frank is in therapy, and his divorce is getting ugly. As for me, I'm doing great. My apartment is finally peaceful. No incense, no chanting, and no surprise interventions. Celia's baby was born 3 weeks ago. A boy named Star Ocean. Yes, Star Ocean. She texted me a picture. I just replied, congrats. She sent back a novel about karma and how I'll die alone. I blocked the number. Raising another man's kid while he's off finding himself in Thailand isn't manning up. It's being a doormat. And I am not a doormat. So what do you think? Was I heartless for demanding the test and sticking to my guns, or was it the only logical thing to do in a completely illogical situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.